got me good in a hole that I just can't diffuse. But I know, the tricks up your sleeve. 'Cause you and I used to sing just to pass by the time, and I can't let go without a partial thought to where our song may flow. Some ring away, but the echo of yours seem to stay. And lately when I listen close, what I hear may be fake. See, you be real now, and I'll be honest, that what we've got here is truly harmonic. And I can search just to hear the same sound play. But why would I when you're standing here right in front of me? Truly harmonic. Oh, you've got me good. It's a concept I just can't refuse. But you had to see through what seemed without flaw. So you may say that this anthem of ours long away. Maybe it's true. So when this sound leaves my ear, I can't help but to sing it again. Hope that if I sing it out, maybe you'll come.
You told me not to talk. So
You're
now you give me the finger.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music
Look,
Man.
our guest is smiling.
That's it. We're stress-free.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, how are you, Mr. Music Man?
I'm stressed out.
I'm Darren, and this handsome gentleman next to me is the Music Man.
The Music Man, a.k.a. the Music Man.
A.k.a. How are you? I mean,
good.
it's been, 2 days since we've been on the air, right?
I hope everybody saw we got great reviews.
Oh, Alzheimer's, yeah.
Show.
It blasted. Unfortunately, Facebook isn't working, so we're not broadcasting on Facebook today.
Not tonight, no.
But with normal Twitch, and we're still on Twitch and Periscope and YouTube Live, so, we're looking forward to it. But
we're bringing Alzheimer's back. They had such a great response. We're going to bring them back sooner than later.
Yeah,
just to help them out.
Yeah, we just went through the
more.
schedule. Yeah, we got them coming up again. So stay tuned.
In fact, I went home after that thing and I was checking my head and
my
arms and see what kind of things I couldn't remember. And
I was going to say,
what are you looking at?
A lot of things that
you look like you got nothing bothering you at all. All right, we're going to get to him. You want to get to our guest?
Let's get to our guest, yeah. Well, you know what it is? It's look, we all have stressors in life, right? And sometimes we have more stress than we want.
Things that get us pissed off.
And working with him, there's a lot of stressors. So
I thought exactly.
But you know
so
me
tonight,
a long time.
So we have with us tonight.
Did you know we went to high school together?
Yeah, I know you went to high school with. You know what? Let's introduce the gentleman first, and then we can get into all that.
He's having a good time.
He's not even on the screen yet. So we want to welcome Bill Solz from Stress Solutions, New York.
Bill.
Welcome, Bill.
Thank you.
All right.
Nice to have you here.
So, Bill,
glad to be here.
Tell us a little bit about Stress Solutions New York and what you do.
So basically, I work with individuals and families, and I like to say that I promote quick stress reduction, quick symptom relief, and comprehensive healing. How do I do that? Through several different alternative treatment approaches.
Okay.
Oh, who did that? Who pooped?
Wait, what was that, Jim?
What was that?
A little feedback on the mic?
Is that dinner?
We're sorry, Phil.
Hey, listen, how many times have you done this show?
Yeah. It's almost a year now I'm on the show.
Oh, yeah, and I've been doing this 2.5 years. So.
Yeah, so.
You've been on before.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
No.
Yeah,
things happen.
But if you get rid of this, he's so calm anyway. He's going to be falling asleep by the time you get done with him.
Could be.
But tell him, Bill, you know better, right? There's rage inside here that we got to get out. Well, we're gonna go through some pretty neat stuff tonight on how you do that. So, how did you get involved with this? Now, when you were a kid on the playground with him,
and we had real playgrounds.
We had real playgrounds.
We had schoolyards. We didn't have private homes and stuff.
Did you think you would be doing what you're doing today?
Actually, I did. When I was about 8 or 10 years old, I ended up being very interested in sports. So I was a sports enthusiast, and then it occurred to me that players would have better performance if they had an opportunity to meet with a psychologist. Because I was focusing primarily on baseball, and players would go into slumps, and as a kid I was thinking maybe they were having personal problems, maybe they had problems with their teammates, or whatever other issues they were going through, and how invaluable it would be for teams to have a sports psychologist. At that time they didn't have any. So basically that was my goal, to become a sports psychologist.
Well, they could have, not as a joke, but as a joke, when we were in high school, we had a very tough school. We
Very.
attended a really tough school. We had 6,800 boys in our school on
God.
3 shifts.
No,
Right? We
Norm?
started, right?
Well, you actually graduated earlier than I. When I
No,
went,
I graduated later than you. Oh, earlier than you, correct.
yeah.
Yes.
So when I went, they had close to 9,000,
Wow.
Night times.
and we had 4 shifts.
And we were an open enrollment school. We took
So
kids
would the
from
school
everywhere.
go 24 hours a day? What's going on there? 4 shifts. 4 shifts. It sounds like it's a factory here. It's like, what's going on?
was
Actually, it began from 7 in the morning, and the last classes were at 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you'd go for like 3 or 4 hours at a time?
No. When I first started as a
Right.
sophomore, my schedule was from 10:30 to 4:45.
I was in
Wow.
at 7 o'clock. And I left, I think, about 11 or 12 for the day.
And that was it. You were done.
I was done and I got a job, so we were
Right.
able to do that kind of stuff when we were kids.
You know when I was in at 7 o'clock? When we had to do 0 period.
Zero period?
That
What is zero period?
if you were unprepared for gym,
Right.
they'd make you go to
0 period.
a
Zero.
period of total calisthenics,
They
running.
bust your balls. That's what
Yeah.
they
Really?
would.
Yeah,
oh, I
yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
I
And it's an
gotcha.
old boys school, so they
So
went at
they
you.
went at you.
Yeah.
And back then, it was like there was no political correctness or
Nothing,
anything
none.
else like that,
None
right?
whatsoever.
None of this other stuff that, oh no,
No.
teachers can't put a hand on you.
Oh, there was
they
pl-
put their
plenty of
hands.
hands.
They were hands, they were bricks. They were, anyway, let's go
So
back. to
let's
the
go back. So you thought from an early age you said the athlete could actually do better if they had somebody to talk to.
Right. And so I pursued that as a goal. So as I went on through college, my major was psychology, and then funny thing happened on my way through college. I experienced, for me, what was the most tragic incident. My grandfather had gotten run over by a car.
Right. Yeah.
And I was totally devastated. I couldn't concentrate, I couldn't focus, and ultimately I had to drop out of school.
Were you obviously you were very close with your grandfather,
Oh yeah,
right? So he was a
extremely.
big part of your family, a big part of your life.
Yeah, he actually had an apartment on the same floor in my apartment building, just across
You
from the
lived in an
schoolyard.
apartment building?
Yeah, those things.
Can you
yeah.
imagine? What's an apartment building?
I don't know. I'm just a kid from Long Island.
Yeah.
I always lived in the on the farm. So
Well, we lived in an apartment building, cockroaches, mice, that kind of stuff.
We didn't have anywhere I was.
Where I lived.
In any event, so what happened was while I dropped out, my parents were very sensitive to my needs, and they got me involved in counseling, and it helped me.
Right.
But it took me about 1.5 years and until I really got better. And then I was finally able to return to school, and it really left me with a bitter taste. The bitter taste being, why did it have to take so long?
Okay, so and you and I have had this conversation before about this experience.
Yeah.
And if and correct me if I'm wrong, in from a business perspective, it doesn't behoove a therapist to cure somebody quickly. from the business perspective.
No, well,
Right?
You're totally correct.
Yeah.
You know, but that was my goal after that experience was to learn quicker acting healing approaches.
Right.
So post graduation, I had gotten my master's in social work at Fordham, and then afterwards I went for specialized training. So my first training I got involved with was hypnosis, and basically I really wasn't a fan of it. I still use it now to help people stop smoking and lose weight. But going forward, I ultimately got involved in a relatively new treatment approach. It was developed in 1987. It's called EMDR.
Okay.
What does
And
that
what
stand
what
for?
does EMDR stand for?
Eye movement desensitization reprocessing. So now you
Stop
know
right
why they
there.
call it EMDR.
Hold it right there. For those of you that would like to call in and ask Bill a question or whatever, the number is 631-415-1365, 631-415-1365. Feel free to call in anytime tonight.
So this is appropriate.
Right, yeah.
real
We got
Giants, yeah.
any Giant
Yankee
fans out
Stadium.
there. Bill's a big Giant fan. As
So is
everybody
Roman.
knows, that today was a very stressful day for Giant fans.
Yeah.
Not particularly.
Well, for some. For
No,
some.
you know,
If you listen
that's
to
another conversation. For
if you
another
listen
time.
to the radio, it was very stressful for a lot of people
Yep.
today. So they could have used you, Bill.
They can
Yeah.
still
So-
use it.
So anyway,
tell me about this
EMDR actually put me on the map as a trauma professional.
Okay.
Why? Because it's quicker acting than traditional talk therapy, and then eventually it became what's called evidence-based.
Look at that. We got a phone
There it
call.
is. We got a phone call coming in, Bill.
Good evening. Welcome to the Business Power Hour.
Oh, good. I'd like to ask a question to Bill.
Okay, who's
What
calling?
is your name, sir?
Bill, this is Sam Richter, and I wanted to know what problems and issues you can handle.
Could you lower your radio, sir? And stop laughing.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Hey, Sam, how are you
Hi,
tonight?
Sam.
Good. Good.
Sam, thank you for calling in. Basically, I'm involved in helping people with a myriad of issues. Hence, I ended up coming up with the name of Stress Solutions. So people come to me if they're experiencing anxiety, depression, relationship issues. The probably two major referral reasons have been over the last couple of years have been people experiencing sleep disturbances or panic attacks.
Now, are a lot of sleep disturbances because people are very stressed out and they can't sleep properly? They're waking up in the middle of the night. They're all stressed out.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's not unusual when we're experiencing too much stress. We either have shortened sleep, interrupted sleep, less sleep. So,
You don't have
So,
peaceful sleep.
Sam, are you suffering from any of these things, Sam?
Thank goodness no, but in my past I did.
Okay. And how did you get over that?
I got remarried.
There you go. I know, so he always has to put that in there. He does.
Key thing is
Remarried, right? He married a very wonderful woman. We all know her, right?
as a matter of fact, it wasn't until about 5 or 6 years ago I learned the value of what's called environmental strategies.
Okay.
And remarrying is a good one.
That's a good one, right, for all of us.
Well, he is married to a very, very lovely lady,
Yeah, he is.
and she'll be a guest here on our show.
Well,
in
yeah,
the
she
Oh,
May
that's
1st.
wonderful.
Yeah, so
But
how
we're
is
not
coming
going to
on?
discuss that right now.
Sam, you're going to call in on the 1st? Are you allowed to call in?
I
on the
will. I have to figure out what to ask.
Actually, you can be in here, sitting here, and watching
Yeah,
your lovely
you can
wife.
come in and you can sit right in the studio with her.
Maybe I will do that.
All right.
But she should probably go and see Bill first.
Right.
So she can get rid
Very
of her
good.
stress, so she can come on and be
Well,
nice and
I-
loosey-goosey.
In speaking with her today, she was a little stressed out. She was actually happy that you were coming on first, so she can really see how the whole process goes, and
Oh,
she
good.
can, yeah. So
Oh,
you can
always
work with
better
her
that
with
way.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing good, Bill.
Thank
so I'm
you.
going to say good night and listen to the rest on the TV.
All right. Thanks,
Okay.
Sam. Thanks for
Sammy.
calling in.
See you
Hey.
soon.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Yeah. So also other presenting problems that people come to me with have to do with alcohol and substance abuse issues, anger management.
Do you get a lot of people with alcohol and substance abuse?
Oh yeah.
And now, you hear everybody, everybody goes, well, yeah, I got an alcohol problem, and they go basically to a 12-step program.
Mhm.
Is what you do very similar to that, or is it different?
No. I'm a big fan of 12-step programs. However, what I
Lift your microphone
what
up a bit.
oh
Yeah, it's falling down on you.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
what I end up specializing in is what's called relapse prevention. So I teach my clients different skills that help prevent relapse. The name of the game in terms of alcohol and substance abuse has to do with abstinence and then relapse prevention.
There we go. We're fixing that mic. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, Jim.
Let's give it up for
All right.
James.
All right, Jim. Good job, buddy. Yeah, as you see, Jim's gone through some stress lately himself that he's dealing with. So, with some major back surgery and stuff.
How do you get
Please.
your leads? How do people find you? Let's give off your phone number. That's a great segue. Glad I thought of it.
Well, thank you. 516-428-2841.
Could you repeat
Or,
it?
yeah, 516-428-2841 or 855-LESS-STRESS.
And you can see that stuff on your screen. Now you can also go to stresssolutionsny.com. Havening nyc.com is another, and on Facebook, if it's working, at Stress Solutions of New York. Correct?
Yes.
See, we
thank
got
you.
all that stuff. We got it all up on the
Besides
screen
the phone
now.
number, how do people find you? I mean, tell us.
Well, some people will find me online, but most people come to me based on referrals.
Right.
So, as such, I'm involved with some different networking groups. I have two offices, one in Garden City, the other in Manhattan, and I'm much more established in Garden City, having been in private practice 34 years. I've only been in New York City the last 5 years, so I'm less known there. But I'm also a member of a wonderful networking group. It's called LaTip. That's been a source of referrals. Obviously, I have a lot of colleagues who are doctors, psychiatrists, people from probation will refer to me, different
What is
agencies.
probation?
Probation.
Oh, probation.
Probation. So you
Yeah.
remember that when you were on
Yeah,
probation?
I remember.
Yeah.
So
So-
I had the thing around my ankle. Now it's around my neck.
So, Bill, havening. Let's talk a little bit about havening.
Okay,
All right.
so well, let me just say that EMDR and thought field therapy, that's another
Right.
treatment approach, was primary staples of my practice for more than 20 years.
Okay.
It was only about 6 years ago that havening became introduced. And with that, I attended the first training in New York, which was in October of 2013. And I then actually became the 17th person in the world to be certified in
Wow.
havening.
In the entire world, you're number 17.
Does it say that
Correct.
on your certificate? 17?
No,
How many
it,
are there?
it did do numbers, but I know it.
I'm teasing. I'm
How
teasing.
many people now are certified?
I really have no idea. It's
Well, lie.
But
Give us a big number.
you're gonna demonstrate for those of you that are watching. You're gonna demonstrate a little bit of that later on with
absolutely,
me, right?
absolutely.
Yep. So we got another call.
Good evening and welcome to the Business Pal Hour. Who are we speaking with?
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, who's this?
This is John.
Hi, John.
John, where are you from?
Hi. I'm from Hazlet, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
John.
Welcome, John.
Hi, thank you.
Are you learning any?
The way I deal with stress is I have sex with my wife, and recently I got a shirt from Darren and the Music Man. And the way I make my wife, I stretch it out, I put the Music Man's Norm's face more towards my stomach.
Right.
And then when I want it to end, I just switch it over to Darren, and bam, it ends. And that's how I deal with my stress.
All right, John. Thanks, man. We
Thanks for
really-
calling in
really
and spoiling the
appreciate
mood.
it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, brother. I love you. I'll
See
talk
you
to you
soon,
later.
John.
All right. That's my cousin John.
I
He
said
does that every-
I said I'm involved in alternative treatment approaches. That's one I'm not familiar with.
Well, actually, he could probably use your help.
You can definitely use your help.
That was my thought.
He could definitely use my help.
So you were number
But-
17 in the entire world.
Yeah.
And where
Yeah.
do they practice this happening? In every continent?
As a matter of fact, pretty much. We have practitioners in Australia, in Europe, South America. So there are practitioners all over. I have no idea the number, though.
I know that we were involved together in another networking group, and I also you used me as a demonstration, and what you did with me was absolutely sensational. So I have to
Thank
say
you.
that as being someone that has gone through it, and it was done in a short period of time because you don't have too much
Yeah.
time when we're at these network groups. It was great, and it had to do with my mom. And it was wonderful. It was really good. So I thank you for that.
You're welcome. I'm glad I was able to be helpful. But that I
But
have
why'd
to
you send
say.
me a bill?
Well, he's got to get paid. He's got to make money somehow.
Yeah, but
But I was glad to help. But
And
one
you
of
did. Thank
one
you.
of the amazing things with havening, I cannot think of a person that I've done it with who has not benefited. So
is that what you're going to do with Darren this evening?
so I'm hoping he'll benefit. As a matter of fact, I have 1,000% confidence that he'll
Oh,
benefit.
you don't know Darren.
Well, actually, no. Bill and I spent some time together.
There are issues there.
And he,
Let me just tell you.
he picked up there were issues there right out of the gate. And I said, I work on this show with this guy. It's just making me nuts.
Yeah.
But no, but we're gonna demonstrate that in a few minutes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so-
absolutely. So havening has really been a home run, and related to what you had asked me earlier, I can meet with clients for as few as 2-3 sessions, or I have clients that I continue with for many months or years.
Right.
But one of the beautiful things about havening, and you'll see it today, is not only will you derive immediate benefit from it today, but you'll be able to learn to use it for yourself. So I regard havening as the best self-emotional regulation technique that there is.
Okay.
How did the name
So-
Havening? How did whoever it was come up with that that name?
Yeah, that's a good question. It had to do with trauma and the notion of a safe place, and being able to kind of trick the brain so that it would reach a safe haven, and hence the name havening.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Do you do seminars?
I do lots of workshops, and as a matter of fact, I can easily say that I'm probably the primary person who's promoted havening to other clinicians throughout Long Island. There are easily 20 colleagues that I know who have since gone on to learn havening.
Are any of them certified, like you are?
Oh yeah. They ended up becoming certified. As a matter of fact, I ended up having 3 clients who were so blown away by the tremendous results they achieved, they ended up looking to become trained in havening themselves.
Really?
Yeah.
So it makes that much of an impact.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
other than Norm's testimony, I've heard some other people talk about it. In our, you and I are in the same LaTip. That's how we met.
Yeah.
And there is somebody in the LaTip group that said they benefited tremendously from
Yeah.
working with you.
As a matter of fact, his name is Steve, and I do lots of workshops, really to promote havening, because my belief is that we need not be stuck, in terms of feeling so badly. And I know, and many of our listeners know, that people end up being in therapy for years and years and years and still have not even resolved the primary core issues of their problems.
Well, that's one of the things that you hear all the time is that these people walk around going, "Yeah, I see a therapist twice a week," and they don't get any better. It's almost like why they're going to the therapist becomes a huge part of their life.
Yeah.
It's like they can't get rid of it, and it becomes a focal point. I think the one thing that you're doing is you're making it not a focal point, right, and getting rid of it.
Well, could I explain to you a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure.
I have a chart with me. Let me just
Let me
get
get it for you. Go ahead, stay there.
I'll get it.
Oh, you get it.
You got a good shot on that, Jim?
Are you able to see this?
Is that a yes or a no?
Yeah, if you want me to talk, I'll tell you, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the primary reason. This is a picture of our brain, and this part here is called the limbic system. This is the part that we have in common with the animals. So when animals experience a threat, they respond in one of three ways: fight, flight, or play dead. Now, humans don't do such a good job of running. We don't, we're not that fast. And also, we have rules against fighting. So basically, all the upset that we experience ends up being lodged in this little red spot here called the amygdala.
Okay.
So all of our upset gets lodged here, and the amygdala has a two-pronged function. One, it's a storehouse for all of the upsetting information that we've ever
So
accrued.
mine's a lot bigger than that.
My guess was the same.
Actually, I thought that said Amy Dollar. I thought that was a woman that you know, Amy Dollar.
As a matter of fact, some people will refer to her as Amy.
Yes.
Yeah, for short.
You're looking at me.
So the other function of the amygdala is it acts as a sentry, meaning it's constantly on lookout for any other disturbing information that's remotely related to what's stored there. So as a result, sights, sounds, smells, thoughts, feelings can trigger the original upset. So, for example, I've done a lot of work with combat veterans. So I remember I had a veteran come to me, and he was very motivated. He's keeping sessions, and then he says to me, Bill, I have to cancel today. And I said, why? And he says, the rain. I don't go out in the rain. Now, this is a guy 45 years earlier who was going through the jungles of Vietnam. And he's telling me the rain. I said, come on. And then he said, it's really not the rain, it's the thunder. And then I knew. So I said, tomorrow's going to be a sunny day. Why don't you come in? And he comes in, and we ended up addressing that loud, upsetting memory from his past when he was involved in a major battle in Vietnam. And we were able to clear that out for him, that trauma. And as a result, going forward, he would say to me, that rain don't bother me anymore.
Oh, that's great. That's
And
fantastic.
you used havening for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have the ability to get at the core issues and clear them out. So the guy Steve ended up being a volunteer at a workshop I was doing for the Hicksville Chamber of Commerce. And I really didn't know him, but 4 people were urging him to come up. Sure enough, he comes up. I end up doing havening with him. It took about 10 minutes, maybe 15 tops. And at the end, he says, "Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "It doesn't bother me anymore." I said, "Really?" And there's a way for me to test him. And I'm going to be showing the viewers.
We're going to do that in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, we're going to do it. So I went to test him, and indeed, that level of upset he had originally had gone from a 9 to a 0. And he was so excited, he says, "Do you mind if I share with the group what I experienced?" And I said, "Hey, that's up to you." Now, mind you, I didn't even know what he experienced.
Right.
One of the beautiful things about havening is that people don't have to even get into a whole story related to what's been paining them. Now, obviously, my clients tell me their story.
Right.
So I know what the issues are, and I'm able to be that much more helpful. But in this instance, he was so excited, he said, in 1992, I was in the World Trade Center. I was on the 78th floor when they had a bomb scare, and we had to evacuate.
When they blew up, when they put the fan in the basement, right?
Yeah.
When it blew up down there.
He was so shaken up.
Yeah.
Ever since then, he had sleep disturbances. And anyway, he said it didn't bother him. Now, needless to say, he was pleased, I was pleased. And I never really knew until that havening holds. So it turns out 6 months later, I ran into him in a restaurant. And I said, "Steve, how are you doing?" He said, Great. No longer am I having sleep problems."
He even just did that at our tip meeting a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where he stood up and he gave testimony to that fact.
Exactly.
That you did havening on him, and it worked.
What was the toughest havening experience that you were able to
He's about to experience it.
Oh. Okay, besides Darren, is there
Don't get me nervous.
I'm teasing.
No, he'll freak out. Better make sure that door is open.
So you can run.
All of us.
No, you're gonna see. It's actually very soothing and
it is.
that.
Having.
So, are you ready, Doc? We do a little demonstration.
I'm ready.
Because this time we're flying through now. It's 35 after.
But let me just finish this piece.
Oh, sure.
So if all of the upset lies here in the amygdala,
right.
This part here is our advanced thinking system that we have above and beyond the animals. Now, regular talk therapy addresses our thinking system. It does not have the ability to engage with the amygdala. Havening, EMDR, and another treatment approach which I'm involved with, the developmental needs meeting strategy, all have the ability to engage with the amygdala. So that's why treatment ends up being shorter.
I gotcha. All right, excellent. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a short commercial break, and when we come back, you're gonna see a little demonstration of havening.
Okay. Good.
Hi, this is Darren from the Business Power Hour. Are you associated with a charity or a nonprofit organization that is looking to raise money, but you want to do something different from other charities or something you've never done before? Well, if that's the case, then you need to call our friends at Friend Entertainment USA. Friend Entertainment provides tribute concert events featuring the best tribute talent from all over the USA, saluting stars such as Donna Summer, the Bee Gees, Queen, and many more. Whether you like Motown, rock and roll, R&B, country, Christian, or whatever type of music you like, they will provide you with the best entertainment at a price that is very affordable. In addition to music, they are now offering comedy shows saluting such stars as Robin Williams and Joan Rivers. With over 31 years of experience, Friend Entertainment will teach you how to create a successful show, the first thing you need to do is sit down with them and learn how you and your organization can put together a show that can be done from anywhere in the USA. These events will help you bring needed funds and branding to your organization so you can continue to provide the needed services to your community. No organization is too big or too small. So reach out today. You can call or email Norman at Friend Entertainment USA and let him help your charity or nonprofit create an unforgettable fundraising experience. Call 844-698-9696. That's 844-698-9696, or visit their website at friendentusa.com and ask for the Music Man. Tell him Darren sent you. Welcome back, everybody. So I'm here with our friend Bill Solz, and he's going to do a little demonstration on me on havening. He's going to explain what goes on and some of the techniques that he uses to help solve these problems or help relieve this tension. So go ahead, Bill.
Remember I mentioned earlier that I can quantify a person's level of upset. And the way I do that is through what's called energy testing. So with that, Darren, I'm going to ask you to hold your arm out and to make it strong. But first, do you have pain in your arm or shoulder?
This shoulder I have pain in. This shoulder I'm good in.
So let's work on the good shoulder.
Okay.
Maybe it'll become a bad shoulder. Who knows? Okay, so make your arm strong. Good. And repeat after me. My name is Darren.
My name is Darren.
Strong. Say, my name is Harry.
My name is Harry.
Strong.
Wow. Okay.
Say 2 and 2 is 4.
2 and 2 is 4.
Strong. 2 and 2 is 7.
2 and 2 is 7.
Strong. And you were resisting me more.
I was resisting you more, yeah.
What is this all about? You invite me here as a guest and you look at... He's trying to make me look bad, Norm. What is this?
I'm trying it. It's not working. My arm is
It's going to work.
I'm like, what's going on here?
Okay, so the point being that I can render Darren into being a human lie detector.
Right.
So we could get a lot of information out of him. So for the sake of this evening, I'm going to ask you to think about an issue that's been either current or from the past. Could be when you were a little boy, anywhere in between. And you don't have to share it with me.
Okay.
So this is totally confidential. So if you could think about an upsetting memory.
Right.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay, if you put your arm out, then I'm going to ask you to make your arm strong.
Right.
Okay, that indicates it's a problem. So on a scale of 0 to 10, 0, it doesn't bother you at all, 10, it bothers you tremendously, what number would you
we're
give
at
it?
a 10. We're at a 10.
Okay, say I am at a 10?
I am at a 10.
No, it's not as bad as you think.
Okay.
Okay, say I am at an 8.
I am at an 8.
Yeah, he's testing strong at an 8. So let's try this. I am less than an 8.
I am less than an 8.
So
That's
he's
like
at
an
an 8.
Okay.
Okay, so repeat after me. I want to get over this problem and its cause.
I want to get over this problem and its cause.
Strong? So let's do it. So why don't you pull up a seat?
Okay. You want to move this mic here so you
Yeah.
have to hold the mic? All right. Still got both of us, Jim?
I feel like we're being invaded.
Yeah, we're being invaded, right?
Is this a good spot for Darren? Okay, so what I'm going to look to do with you, Darren, is introduce the havening to you.
Okay.
Havening is based on utilization of a combination of touch and distraction techniques.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you what the havening touch looks like, and I'm going to ask you to just copy me.
Okay.
The distraction techniques will fall under these headings. I'll have you to do some arithmetic. I'll have you do some humming. Seems a little wacky, but it's part of the protocol. I'll also give you some visualizations. I'll have you get in touch with certain emotions. Now, Darren said he was at an 8. He thought he was at a 10. So that's the good news. It's not as bad as you thought. Okay, so Darren, when you think back to that memory, what are some of the emotions that come to mind for you?
Hurt, anger.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, hurt and anger are the two big ones.
Okay, so let me show you what the havening touch looks like. If you copy me, taking your hands from your forehead, going down your cheeks, repeating it. Excellent. And then your shoulders to your elbows, repeating it. And the palms of your hand. It's kind of like washing your hands. And then you'd go right back up to your forehead and doing it twice on your face, twice on your shoulders to your elbows. Great. And as you continue to do the havening, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. And as you do, if you could count upwards from 0 to 40 by twos out loud.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40.
Good. And now I'm going to ask you if you could recite the names of different states.
That's a good one. Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire.
Slow down. You're going to get a speeding ticket. So slow down.
So that's my thing.
You're supposed to lose your stress.
You can tell I'm stressed because I want to get to the end.
You'll get there.
Okay, so Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, I was going to say Atlanta, but that's a city. Washington,
You're doing fine.
Wyoming.
So now I'm going to ask you to hum the alphabet song.
Hum it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know hum very well.
Do you know it?
I know it.
So then sing
I
it.
don't know who I'm dealing with.
Okay, so hum it.
Okay, good job. And Darren, as you continue doing the havening, you're doing the havening throughout. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going. And you're doing great. I'd like for you to repeat aloud the word angry.
Angry.
And keep repeating it.
Angry. 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 Angry.
And say hurt.
Hurt. Hurt. Hurt. Hurt. Hurt. Hurt. Hurt. Hurt.
And allow whatever other words or emotions that come to mind and repeat them aloud as well.
Anger. Anger. Hurt. Anger. Sadness. Anger. sadness, hurt, sadness, anger, anger, anger.
And Darren, if you could picture a long winding staircase that you're ready to walk down, and with each descending step you take, the amount of upset is getting less and less, and less still, as you count backwards from 20 to 0 by ones out loud, slowly.
20, go slowly. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And take a deep breath and open your eyes, allowing for them to go left to right and right to left and back again. Looking up and down. Okay, you could stop the havening. How are you feeling now?
Better.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay, when you think about that memory now, how upsetting does it feel to you on that 0 to 10 scale?
Is not as upsetting. Definitely not as upsetting.
Okay.
It's still a little upsetting.
Okay, do you have an idea if you had to quantify it? Give me a number.
More like a 4 or a 5.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
So if you put your arm out again, say I'm at a 5.
I'm at a 5.
Strong. No.
Okay.
Say I'm less than a 5.
I am less than a 5.
Okay. I'm at a 2.
I'm at a 2.
I am less than a 2.
I am less than a 2.
I'm at a 1.
I'm at a 1.
Okay, so Darren's testing strong at a 1.
Wow.
So when Darren began, he was at an 8, and now he's at a 1. That's a drop of 7 points,
Wow.
which equates to an 84% reduction of upset.
And that's just a few minutes of
That was it.
And that's with being in an environment that's not in a studio.
it. Right.
Or not in his office.
This isn't like one-on-one. This is with the whole world watching.
Yeah, but also for our listeners or viewers, I think what's important for you to recognize, I didn't even know his issue. The only one who knows his issue was
Me.
Darren. So for clients or individuals who are experiencing embarrassment or shame, where they would normally meet with a therapist, they would never even bring up that stuff.
And that brings up a whole bunch of questions I have.
Yeah.
So why don't we get back to where we were? Jim, let's take another commercial break, real commercial break. Just a couple of minutes. We'll be back in a couple of minutes right after these words from our sponsors, and we'll continue this discussion, so don't go anywhere. Hi everybody, this is Darren Sayafi, the business therapist over here at CBMS Consulting Services. Business therapist? What is that? Well, some people call us business coaches, some people call us business advisors, but what we're really here to do is to help you get to that next level. We're here to help those business owners who feel stuck, they feel frustrated, they don't know who to talk to in order to help them get to that next level. Do you have problems with employees? Do you have problems with vendors? Do you have problems with customers? We can help you work through all of those things. Well, how do we do that? Well, at CBMS, one of the things that we're here to do is help you strategize on what your business goals should be and what your personal goals should be. Because little do you know, or you probably already know this, that your business life is part of your personal life. And you need to make sure that they're in sync. We help you do that. We help you put systems in place. We help you do all the things every other coach does, but we take it to that next level. We care. We worry about you first, and we help relieve those tensions, give you that person to bounce things off of that you need in order to be successful. So don't wait. Give us a call today. You can reach us at 631-721-4347. That's 631-721-4347. Or go to our website at www.cbms.co. That's www.cbms.co, and click on the schedule a call, and let me show you how I can help you achieve success.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music
I
Man.
thought I was doing that.
You thought so too, but you again,
Yeah,
like the
okay.
beginning of the show,
All
you're lagging here. So,
All right, so you just take. I'm going to sit back and just take a nap.
well, here's the thing. I got to man. That was wow.
Ask
All
your
I'm gonna
questions.
say,
It's
it was
getting
wow.
late.
It was really.
Powerful.
It was very powerful. So, you mentioned before that you have no idea what my issue is.
Correct.
Right? And it is an issue I don't like to talk about. You find that, obviously it helps people without knowing what the issue is. But do you find that people tend to open up to you after or before?
Oh, before.
Okay.
I mean, usually people will, when I meet with clients, my first session is I do an intake. So I get to understand what their current situation is. I get to understand their background information. And with that, it basically gives me a roadmap in terms of what to address. Because sometimes people do not have a clue where their upset emanates from.
Right.
So, for example, I had a woman who was only able to sleep at 2-hour intervals twice a night. So she was maxing 4 hours of sleep, and she ended up being in job jeopardy because
She couldn't function.
she couldn't function. Turns out she came to me and she ends up sharing with me that her boyfriend broke up with her 4 months earlier. And I said, how upsetting was that to you? She says, oh, it really wasn't that big a deal.
And it was.
Maybe it was a 2. I test her, she's at an 8. So anyway,
that eight's pretty powerful.
yeah, so that second session, that I addressed her, I addressed it with the havening. The 8 became a 0.
Right.
And the third session, she came back, and I said, and this was 4 days later, I said, how are you doing? And she says, let me put it to you like this. I've been going to sleep every night now at 11. I get up at 8 a.m. in the morning. I sleep straight through the night.
That's awesome.
I remember when we did it,
Yeah.
I told you what my issue was. Actually, everybody in the room got to know the issue, and I didn't mind saying it. And I don't even go there anymore.
Yeah.
It's not even in the cards.
Well, this is. I mean, that's what I learned today. And obviously, Doc, we got to continue this. I think it's going to help me tremendously because
Great.
there are times where I wake up in the middle of the night and this thing is just eating at me, and it's it's one of those things that it's unfortunate situation that happened in my life, and it just eats at me constantly.
Do you accept insurance?
No, I don't. I'm not a participating provider with any of the insurance plans. However, many of my clients have out-of-network benefits, and what that means is they have to meet a deductible first before they get reimbursed.
Okay. All right, Doc. So one more time, how do people get a hold of you?
They can certainly call me at 516-428-2841 or 855-LESS-STRESS. I have a website, stresssolutionsny.com.
And also haveningnyc.com, right?
Yeah,
That's
I forgot about that.
And on Facebook, Stress Solutions of New York.
Yeah.
And if
Right,
they
all spelled
Googled
out.
you under Havening, if they Googled Havening, would they find you?
Probably not.
Well, you have to fix that. Seriously, I would talk to get you under that Havening logo.
I'm not that technologically oriented, so I
call
never
Darren.
even
Darren,
thought
you
of
know
it.
We know people. We know people.
Okay.
I'm sure there's
So
someone in.
we'll get that all squared up. But I highly, you know what, just the short time I was able to do this, I highly recommended, you know, if you're having, and everybody does, if you're having a certain situation that you just can't get over, this is the
You
thing.
got nothing to lose.
You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot.
But now also you can appreciate, Darren, how you can utilize this on your own.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're having issues with Norm, you know, you can
That's
say
it.
angry,
So
annoyed.
now when
He
people
was
are watching,
petting
if all of a
himself.
sudden I start doing
He's
this,
making, he's making nice to himself.
we know what's going on, right?
No, but seriously, you can
Yeah.
use this on a daily basis, and as a matter of fact, you know, you can use it in anticipation of some difficulty.
Right.
So let's say you're going to embark on working with a tough client.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you might end up saying anxiety or worried
Right.
as you do the havening.
Right. And that'll help.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you have any
Yeah.
specials coming up? Any lectures? Any place you're
Any
going
workshops?
Oh, gee. I had just done a couple of workshops. No, right now I don't have anything in the pipeline.
Well, maybe
Alright.
somebody out there wants to get in touch with you, and that you give them the phone numbers and you gave your
Oh.
email address. Maybe they want
And
to.
they're right
set
on
up
the
something?
screen. Yeah, you can see it's right on the screen right behind you.
Well, also, havening's invaluable for people who are caretakers. If you think about it, people in the helping professions are always giving, and it takes
Takes a huge toll on them.
a huge toll on them, because basically, if you think about it, we've gone to school to learn to read and write.
Right.
We've never learned how to effectively handle our emotions.
Right.
And for me, havening is the ultimate in terms of being able to release and get free of upset.
Excellent.
Is there anybody that you would like to meet that we can introduce you to, give you some leads for yourself? Any organizations that could use your service?
Yeah,
Norm's going to become your biggest fan. He's going to get you out there.
I've always been your fan.
I'm
Ever
already a
since-
big
Yeah.
fan, Bill. You know, you and I
Yeah.
have known each other for a little while now, and you know, we've had conversations, and I am a big fan of what you're doing.
thank you.
And tonight was proof positive on how positive this effect could have.
Yeah.
So, you know, we really thank you for coming on.
Oh, yeah, it's
And
been
by the
great.
way, after the show, we'll get that one down to a 0.
Okay, we'll work on it, right?
And by the way, thank you for buying all
Yeah.
those tickets to the Robin Williams show.
Oh, my pleasure.
He bought
I'm really looking forward to
a
it.
whole
good.
bunch.
That's going to
Really?
be.
That's
gonna
great.
be. All right. So thanks for being on. We really appreciate you being on.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're gonna wrap up now. So what do you got going on? For the
Same
next-
stuff that's always going. We got the Robin Williams and ABBA.
That's in
and,
June, right? Robin
in June,
Williams. That's
yeah.
going to be a good one.
Um,
When is ABBA?
ABBA's in October.
Okay.
And then we have October 5th, we're doing Pause of Wars. We're doing it Suffolk Community College with Journey, Chicago, and Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And we've got a couple of other new shows that I'm just waiting to. Oh, we got Donna Summer coming back to Argyle.
Oh yeah,
That
Donna's
grand
coming back.
opening, yeah, she's coming back
Man, that was
to
some
the
show.
Argyle.
That
We
was an
signed that
outstanding
contract
show.
this week.
Excellent.
So that'll be coming back. And
So you got a lot of stuff going on.
yeah,
this
we got a
year.
great guest coming on next week. Very, very well-known Long Island painter, and I don't mean a painter that paints your house.
Yeah,
She's an artist. I shouldn't even call her a painter.
she does
She's
some
an
pretty
artist.
cool stuff.
Some gorgeous stuff,
Yeah.
and she's going to bring some samples, and she's going to email us some samples, which we'll get up
Okay,
on the screen
absolutely.
for during the week, and that's cool. That's
All
it.
right. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate it. You know, hopefully we'll have our other feed fixed at that point, but you still can get us on Twitch and YouTube Live and all of those great places, even though Facebook wasn't working tonight. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody next week. So
Great.
everybody have a great week. You have a great week.
Stressless,
Stressless week. We're going to have a
Stressless
stressless week now.
or either
My
that.
week's going to get that much better.
Good night, everybody.
Okay.
Welcome.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
wishing they're all dead. The lines cut off inside my head. I left here like a broken man with no idea of where I stand. Oh, my mind clear. Lord, I shed all of my tears. Oh, now maybe I was just waiting here while you moved on. Soul is something I've always wanted to know. This whole sense of security, this newfound freedom you kept from me. The sound of all your loaded guns, this outbreak war has just begun. The sound of all your loaded guns, this broken man has already won. Oh, my mind clear. Lord, I